Hi everyone. I just wanted to show you my next junk journal that I've done. I've actually done this for a very special friend that's just had a little baby girl called Zoe. So I thought I wanted to give her something special so that she can write her memories, any advice that she wants to give her little girl, milestones that Zoe's met along the way, anything that she wants to write about their journey together. So this one I've made once again out of a cereal box and covered it with paper. I've used book binding tape on the binding, and I've actually sewn the signatures in on this one, which I'm really happy with. I think that's the way I'll do it now rather than tying them in. On the spine here I've added some beautiful pink rosettes, just a doily heart and the letter Z for Zoe. This little girl, she's a chunky one as well, and I don't know, I think I just have problems stopping or knowing when to stop, so they end up being really chunky, but I like that. I think that's nice. And I've just secured it with some beautiful pink satin seam binding. So this is very pink and very pretty. I hope you like what you see. Here we go. So on the front cover I've actually made a pocket here, a concertina pocket. So lots of room to add booklets, tags, photos, whatever they so desire. As we all know, that all of us that have children, you accumulate so many bits and pieces over the years. So hopefully a lot of those beautiful little bits and pieces will end up in this junk journal. So in it I've added a tag with Z on it for Zoe. This was just a download printable from Pinterest. I did actually, when I first printed it out, I made it too big. I printed it out on A4 and it just was too big to fit in here, and I was going to throw it out, but I ended up making smaller tags using it, so you'll see them throughout the journal. I had this little verse that I've had for years. It says, "As I cradle you in my arms and watch your every breath, tears run down my cheek. You are the center of my world, my precious little girl, so innocent and meek." I just thought that was beautiful. So I popped that in there, and then there's more room for journaling on the back. In this pocket, I've just placed some tags. More journaling, and this is the gorgeous baby Zoe. So Steph sent me some photos because I hadn't had a chance to meet this beautiful little girl yet. So I took the liberty of printing a couple of them off and adding them into this journal. So I hope she doesn't mind. I'm sure she won't, and I'm sure that she'll add a lot more to come. So with a few more of the photos that she sent me, I had this rectangle doily, which I loved, and I made it into just a little photo album. So I've added a few more photos there and then adhered that to the page, added a little tab so that can be turned from there. It's just a little tuck spot here, and I've just made some little tags, edged that one with a bit of leftover paper that I had punched. So in this journal there's lots of space for journaling. I wanted to be that way because I used to like to write with my children, who are now 18, nearly 21 and 23. I used to like to write lots of little things, funny things that they did as they grew up. So I'm hoping that this will be something that Steph will be able to do using this as well. This is just a paper heart doily, and I've backed it with some pretty pink cardstock and then stuck it down and made a pocket. Just added a tag. Butterflies feature throughout this journal a fair bit. I've just edged the top of this page with a bit of leftover paper, and I've used a Martha Stewart punch and add some pearls just to pretty it up. I just adore this paper. I didn't want to do anything with that. I just think it speaks for itself. It's just beautiful. Just a little pocket that I've made, tag. Just a little clip over for more journaling. This is just a sticker that I had in my stash. As I said, a lot of this, the product that I've used, I've just had it in my stash for so long and it's out of packets. I have no idea who it belonged to, where it came from. Sticker sheets are all cut up, so they've just been all put together. So I'm really sorry that I can't tell you where everything came from. This is just another pocket I've made. Used a paper doily, sprayed it with Glimmer Mist, and added some pretty tags and pretty cards. This I've just done a page band, and I've just added a colouring in sheet. So whether Steph decides to do that when she gets a bit of time to herself, whenever that happens, a bit of time out for her, or whether she leaves that for Zoe to do when she gets older, that's totally up to them. If they want to leave it there for decoration, that's up to them as well. So this is one of the tags that I ended up cutting from the piece that I messed up originally. So it worked out quite well. I was quite happy that I didn't throw it out in the end. So it just goes to show, don't go throwing out too much, because you can make tags and all bits and pieces for these beautiful junk journals. On the edge of this page here, I've just used a Martha Stewart punch and punched some birds. Shopping list and to-do list. There'll be plenty of them in the future. I think this image I got from Daphne's diary, Love with All Your Heart, and then I've just added the hearts onto the string from the signature that I've sewn in. Majority of the pages I've inked around here using Victorian Velvet Distress Ink, Tim Holtz Distress Ink, and then I've just randomly used a script stamp just with my fingers not on a block and just stamped it. So I've tried to do that all the way through just so it's uniform. I'm not sure if you saw my first video or not, but I love birds and nature, and there's not a lot that I don't have that doesn't have a feather in it or on it, or so this is I guess a signature piece for me. So I just liked the purity and innocence of the white feather, and I've just added that in there with a chipboard letter Z for Zoe. This is just a card that I've made and backed it so that there's more space for some hidden journaling. And I love this little ticket, for you, I wish for you, and then Steph and Pete can put a little note on there for Zoe. When she gets older, she'll be able to read that. Another little pocket, I've just added some lace on the end just for a bit of interest out the side of the journal. Some more tags and cards. Always believe something wonderful is about to happen. And it has, with little baby Zoe being born. So excited for them. This is just another little pocket that I've made. Added a 3D heart and added more tags. Just a card that I've clipped over 2 pages and just added some 3D stickers. It's just a side tuck that I've used a punch and then glued it down. Added a card. That's the back of that beautiful paper that I left, and I love that, so I've just left that as well. And you can see here, as I said, I've inked all the pages and just randomly stamped script. This is just a plain envelope that I've cut the tag off the top, and then out of more of my scraps I've just inked and decorated the envelope there and added some tags. I love this little love tag. Some beautiful journaling on that, and then just a frame, a journaling spot that looks like a frame. Another little tuck spot. Another little pocket with the paper lace that I've made and added some pearls. And this is Zoe's grandma Marion, Ninny, that she'll be called. I just love that photo. There's so much love in that photo. It's unbelievable. And I just put this 10 Reasons card there as well, so that Steph can get Ninny to write 10 reasons why she loves Zoe, or whatever she decides. But I just thought that was really appropriate. In the middle of this journal, originally I'd only done 2 signatures. First time I'd sewn signatures in, and then I ended up with this big gap every time I came to the second signature, which drove me mad, and I thought I have to do something. And I didn't particularly want to put a full signature in, so I thought I'm going to cut down some envelopes just for something different, and that's what I've added in there. And I don't mind it. Yeah, it's different, so I just wanted a bit more interest rather than just tuck spots and, you know, all the pages being relatively the same. So I've cut the top of all the envelopes, as you can see, using a Martha Stewart punch. I've left most of the envelopes blank, so that there's more room for journaling there. And in each envelope or each pocket, I've on 4 of them I've made a little book. So photos can be added, or milestones can be added, affirmations, bits of journaling, whatever they desire. What they could also do on here is put, you know, if they're putting photos in here of little Zoe from 1 to 3 months or something like that, they can put on here Zoe at 1 to 3 months, so that they know which book they're grabbing to have a look at or writing in. This one I made just a little secure envelope, so that they can write personal little messages to Zoe if they choose, or hidden journaling, so that if people are looking at the book, they don't have to read exactly everything that Steph and Pete have decided to write. So that's just a little idea, little hidden idea there for them. In this pocket I've actually put in some writing sheets, so just as a novelty, but maybe when Zoe gets old enough, she's got some writing sheets that she can practice her writing on, imprinting and script. So that was just, I thought I'd just do something with and add her name in there, so that's why I did that. This one's just another book using leftover paper from papers that I've used throughout the book, and in each little book I've added hearts on the string, because I've sewn them in, and then just added a little bit of seam binding on the side. This one here I've made a little envelope with a bit of lace and a pearl buckle. Same thing, I've just added a piece of that paper in there for some hidden journaling. Hearts on a string again. Just another book again that I've sewn in and just added some seam binding. In this little pocket here I've just added, just for another novelty, a couple of sheets of paper representing the letter Z. So Z for zebra, Z for zebra. Another little tuck spot with a pretty card, journal on the back, another tag. And in this last pocket I've just done another book. So there's 4 books in total, so lots of hidden journaling or photos can be added. Here I've just done another pocket, a doily, and a patty paper wrapper, and I've just added a resin button there, just for a bit of texture and 3D. And there I've added a 3D butterfly on that card, and another journaling card as well. I've also punched Martha Stewart punch on the top there as well. Beautiful little deer. I've done a top tuck here, and I've just printed off some cards. Zoe Marie is her name, so Z and M, and they can just put some journaling on the back there as well. I cut out this beautiful butterfly with my Big Shot using a Tim Holtz die. Glued all that using paper again that I've used throughout the album, and then I just needed to add a little bit of bling. I don't know, I just like that little page with a bit of gold on it, a bit of bling. Just another scrap that I've punched. I love this paper on its own, so I've just added a 3D butterfly up the top there. Another little tuck spot and some tags. Adventures ahead, enjoy the ride, and there'll be plenty of them, I'm sure. I've just carried the bunting theme over on this page using 3D bunting. Just added a cute little puppy there. And this I've just done, you can add more tags if you like at the back here, and then a tag here at the front, so you can add a few more bits and pieces there. Just done a page band using a felt scalloped round and a wood veneer that I've just inked with the Victorian Velvet Tim Holtz Distress Ink, which that's the colour that I've used throughout the book. And then just a couple of cards there as well. Sugar and spice. Just another bit of paper that I had left over. Rather than throw it out, I thought I'll just punch with the Martha Stewart punch and add it to the top. Absolutely love this page. I don't know what it is. It's so pretty, and I just love it. I just had to have it in there, and then I've just put the hearts there in hearts on a string again. Another punch that I've used. I've added a paper tab here just for a bit of interest out the side of the journal. Oh, this is a plastic sleeve that I found in my stash, and so I made the tag out of that piece that I had printed off, and it was too big, so I've cut another tag and inked that and put that in there, so when that's taken out it reveals a nice lace flower motif that I've just added there. I love adding texture to my journals. Very tactile, so I like to sort of feel things. So this one I've just done a side tuck again using scrap paper, scrap card, shopping list and to-do list, just clipped on the top there. And once again another tag out of that piece that I was going to throw out, so it's come in really handy. Just a little hidden journaling spot there, a couple of tags. Just added a little bit of leftover lace that I had, just stapled that on the edge there so that sticks out the side of the journal as well, adds a bit of interest. This is just a sticker, and this was just the back of a note card that I had that I cut, and it's just blank on the other side. So once again, some beautiful journaling can be written there and hidden. And on this side I've made this card myself, always and forever. I've just used a paper doily that I've sprayed with Glimmer Mist and just tucked it on 2 pages. And this back pocket's just got a felt scalloped doily, I guess you'd say, and I've just inked a paper flower and added that on there for 3D, and another tag out of that piece that I messed up, printed the wrong way. So that's that. And then on the back I've just added a little pocket here, and I've just made this little envelope, and inside I'm going to be writing a private little message to Steph, just congratulations, and just a nice little message that I want to write to Steph so that no one needs to see that. Just don't ever get disheartened too if you make a mistake. I had put this all together, I was keen to get started on it, and then I'd forgotten to glue my seam binding in between the covers so that it was secure. So I've just punched hearts out of paper that I was using and really glued it and secured it to the heart, so you know it wasn't all lost. I was ready to throw the cover away because I thought I'd messed it up, but it all worked out great in the end. So that's that journal. I'm really happy with it. I really love it. It makes me teary looking at it because I can't wait to give it to her, so I'm hoping to give it to her tomorrow, and I hope they love it as much as I do. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.